Rise and shine. It's Spicoli 1 and Spicoli 2 time.
I love it.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning show, the Green Nurse Daily Dose. And I am here with Green Nurse Carey Lee, and we always get started with a little happy, handy, dandy, lovely video. And I'm going to find it, and here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Change the paradigm of healthcare.
The Green Nurse is a holistic cannabis nurse that teaches on the endocannabinoid system and the safe utilization of cannabis and other progressive tools to help people reach a better quality of life.
I'm the founder of Holistic Caring. We're based here in California, and we do educational programs and case management for patients on how to use cannabis therapeutically as a medicine.
We're also here to decrease stigma around what it means to feel good and be high, hence the H for hope, I for inspiration, G for growth, and H for healing.
As the founder of Holistic Caring, I basically oversee the whole ship, and what we're doing is progressive education.
Cannabis actually supports all 11 organ systems, our immune system, and all the neurotransmitter signaling systems that give messages to tell our body to either do something or not do something. Because the plant was prohibited, it prevented health professionals, doctors and nurses from learning about cannabis as medicine.
I want to change the paradigm of healthcare and us paving the way into a new vanguard of medicine. And I'm excited to really bring this into light. There's a company called Cannabis that we're merging with, and we will now be doing global education.
It's about education, it's about empowerment, it's about teaching people how to feel good, bridging the gap from what they're not getting from traditional medicine, utilizing different plant medicines, adaptogens, tips, tricks, hugs, and nugs of information to support and nourish the most important system in our body.
It's a lot of soul work, a lot of love, a lot of discipline, and meditation. I'm using my life work as a testimony to others to learn how they can be their own hero and then go help heal the world.
And we are, as nurses, the game changers.
Well, there you go, right?
Oh my God.
Boom. Isn't that so
Nurses-
awesome?
Nurses are the game changers. That's my favorite.
That is. And here's the other thing too. Nurses are the game changers. The other thing too is that, we've been on the other side of the bed. We've been there. We know what it's like. We are here to lead the parade. We are here to educate and empower, just like I said. And that's why we show up every morning. We're here to bring you all hugs and nugs of love and cannabis education, so you can start your day off and feel good, because you know what? We all deserve to feel good. There's a message that's going around that says we must suffer. Well, let me tell you, that's an option, right? We can feel good. And there's many, many things and many different ways that we can do that. And as Elizabeth said, we're taking our life stories, our testament of how we worked through chronic disease, chronic illness, turmoil, trauma, and have come out on the other side using a variety of plant medicines. So welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have Green Nurse Carey Lee here from Iowa. For the new viewers and the fans, let everyone know who you are. I'm so happy to have you here, Carey Lee.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you, Sherri. Good morning, everybody. My name is Carey Lee Lure. I am a registered nurse here in Iowa. I'm also a cannabis nurse. I teach and educate patients about the endocannabinoid system. I connect them to Iowa's medical program and teach them how to safely and effectively use plant medicine. I'm also a nursing supervisor and mentor in the holistic caring community as a green nurse. And I'm also a certified CATA-MD nurse guide for CATA-MD. So cannabis stigma fighter, first and foremost, especially for those mental health patients. There's a really huge stigma against those individuals using plant medicine. But I am here to say I am living proof that mental health patients can use plant medicine with stellar education monitoring and support. So thanks again for having me, Sherri.
Oh man, you're welcome, sweetheart. And the other thing that we do too, which a lot of people don't do, is we like to add a little bit of humor to our day. So I have a surprise for you, Carey Lee. You ready?
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
So listen, y'all, there's a
well,
huge,
you don't have to tell me twice. Here I go.
right? Yeah. See, there's a huge stigma around inhalation. And guess what? We're here to dispel that myth. What do we call these things now? We're changing it. We're calling it durable medical equipment. Okay. A lot of patients need to inhale their medicine, and it's instantaneous. It's fast. I look at it as an inhaler, right? I'm going to just do a little wrap up of inhalation. And, there's a lot of different ways to inhale. And there's safer ways and there's unsafer ways. And so we talk about the safe utilization of cannabis. So inhalation is not a bad thing. And so we're like Carey Lee and I, we're here. We're going to show you. We're going to show you how to do it. This is how you do it, right? And there's safe ways. Yes, yes.
It feels like Friday.
It feels like Friday, and here it is, Wild Wednesday or Happy Hempy Hump Day, and we are here. We are stigma fighters. That's Carey Lee. I love it. You're brilliant woman, and smart people can smoke cannabis. That whole stigma of the munchies and the reefer madness, and you're going to be on the couch. Let me tell you, without cannabis, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing today. I wouldn't have the life that I have today. I wouldn't be a cannabis nurse. I wouldn't be a green nurse. I wouldn't be showing up every morning on this podcast, bringing you guys hope and inspiration so you can grow and you can heal too. And so, Carey Lee, like you're definitely, I love the work and the content that you create, because it really brings a very, very solid, positive message to people all over that are looking to heal. Your life's work on yourself. You think about it. When we do the work is on ourselves, right?
Yes.
To grow and heal.
Yes.
So anyways, let's get started with the show, because we got a lot of fun things to go over. I thought that picture was hilarious. And
I love it.
I know, right? And we like to start the day off with a little love, whether it be pulling of a card or an affirmation or a meme or something, a quote that we found. But today, what we're going to do is we love to pull cards. And Carey Lee, let's talk about the card pulling and how and why you use.
So this particular deck is neither an oracle or a tarot deck. It's actually a deck created by Dr. Judith Orloff. It's called the Power of Surrender cards. And so I like to use these cards as a health tool to help me stop the negative, toxic ruminating thought patterns that happen, and really just help me to really turn around negative self-core beliefs, help me reprogram the subconscious mind, right? So always best to do these first thing in the morning or right before bed, just to kind of let it sit and marinate in your subconscious, right? You can do it anytime, but here we go. Let's pull this up, right?
What do we got here? What's going on?
I'm going to split this in 3 piles. You pick a number, 1 out of 3.
Let's pick 3. I'm thinking triangle. You, me, we. What do we got?
Oh my God. And you literally said this last night when we were having a conversation. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Surrender to divine timing. Woo! I got goosies.
Divine timing. There it is.
Oh my God. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Flow with it.
That's it. Being in a flow state. It's true. You think about in the quantum realm, there is no time. Everything, what time is it? It's now. It's always now, right? But divine timing is in the human, here we are in this 3D realm, our human existence. I always like, take your time and hurry up, right? We want things so fast. So just think, if we were able to have and manifest everything that we wanted exactly at the moment that we wanted it, we would be extremely overwhelmed. We wouldn't know how to handle it, right?
Yeah.
So when this is about growing in health, right? If everything happens all at once, too fast, too soon, it would be overwhelming and we wouldn't be able to handle it. So on our road to health and wellness, manifestation, I just remember too, with building the Green Nurse, building this whole platform, it was just like, oh my God, it's taken forever. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And there would be setbacks and there would be rollbacks and there would be drama and there would be this and there'd be that. And I just remember I would keep going back to the plant and asking the plant, what can I do? What can I do? Please help me, guide me, show me, what can I do? And the message is always keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing, right?
Yep.
Keep showing up, keep taking care of yourself, keep educating about the plant, keep doing research, keep doing outreach, keep being involved in the community, keep evolving, keep taking care of yourself,
Keep
right? Because
moving.
yes, no stagnancy, and
Yeah.
change. Everything is changing always. Nothing ever remains the same. As a matter of fact, what is today? Today's October 13th, 2021. It's the only October 13th, 2021 that we're ever going to have in our lives, right? And so it's our job to show up and do the best we can with what we have right here, right now. And I'll tell you what, cannabis is a great tool. And all of these other little woo-woo things that we talk about work really well. And this is why we show up. This is why we start the day off with a little woo. Because I'll tell you what, I need woo. I know you need woo. And it's definitely, we all need woo together, right? Cannabis is bringing us all together. Unity consciousness, right? And how does the plant grow, right? Dendrites.
Dendrites.
Dendrites. So anyway, so that's a really good card, Carey Lee. Really happy, divine timing. Everything, happens in divine timing.
That's right.
All right. So while we are, let's see, what are we going to get here? Okay. So today is Happy Hempy Hump Day, Wild West Wednesday. It's also Women's Health Month and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So Elizabeth Mack, she's the founder and CEO of Holistic Caring. She wrote this book, Cannabis for Health Coach, Become a Coach. Everyone's like, oh, why would I want to become a coach? Well, listen, you want to become your own coach. This is really what it's all about. It's about coaching yourself to health and wellness so you can grow in health. There you go, right there. And we got a book club for you all. Let me just have you join the community. I'll put a little button on there, right? Join the Holistic Caring community, free community, off of social media, uncensored. Introductory to Cannabis course is complimentary. Complimentary book club, and you don't even need to own the book. We just pulled that book up. Monthly webinar. We're actually having a webinar today, a free monthly webinar at 3 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Pacific time on migraines. So it's going to be a really, really good one. And I'm going to be co-hosting with Elizabeth on that. But what I thought we would talk about is she puts out amazing newsletters. So if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, what I want you to do is go to our new website, boink, right there, and sign up for the newsletter.
Love it.
I know, right? So, yeah. So today we're going to talk about her newsletter, which, what we talk about all the time is about endocannabinoid system. How do we bring balance to our endocannabinoid system? We talk about the daily 5 to thrive, energized living, all the things that support and nourish the system. Well, now we're going to talk a little bit about women, okay? Especially those women that are approaching menopause, right? And I know I'm going through it right about now. I'm just doing a lot of sweating. I got fans all over my house. But unlike many ailments, all women will experience changes to their bodies with aging. And some are more affected than others. And menopause brings pros and cons. It brings greater wisdom, more time to chill, rich, lifelong friendships, but it also can bring hot flashes, headaches, insomnia, mood changes, lower energy, weight gain, genitourinary issues, reproductive changes. And some of those symptoms can last for over 7 to 10 years. And a lot of women are looking for help. When I did a show on menopause back in 2018, and I did it with another healer, another woman in the community, and we were discussing, and we added up. There were over 36 symptoms of menopause. I was like, oh, and cannabis is a really, really great tool to help. So traditional therapies, Carey Lee, you got your notes up there, your handy dandy notes?
I do.
Yeah.
Traditional
So
therapies,
yeah, what are traditional therapies for menopause?
some including estrogen, progesterone, combination of hormone therapies. They are thought to give symptom relief to hot flashes, improve sleep, prevent osteoporosis, but they do carry their own risks. So increased breast cancer risk, weight gain, cardiovascular disease. So it's always about weighing the benefits
Yeah.
versus the risks, and which side of the pendulum are we going to fall on. So
Yeah. And we're big on, what are we big on, Carey Lee? We're big on adaptogens. We're big on
oh
supplements.
yes, oh
We're big
yes,
on micronutrients, right? So if you think
yes.
about the endocannabinoid system, everything that we do or don't do in our lives nourishes and supports the endocannabinoid system or doesn't. There's no in between. It's either helping it or it isn't. So,
Yeah,
when we're looking
yeah.
at alternatives, if you're looking at alternatives to drugs and pharmaceuticals, cannabinoids are really great, but also there's supplements such as black cohosh. Now I'm taking all of these. I started taking black cohosh. I'm taking kava. I'm not taking John's wort, but these things, cohosh, kava, and St. John's worts, they can help with hot flashes, sleep, mood instability, right? But over time, they can cause liver issues if you're taking too much,
I would
especially if they
also
might interact. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I was always also gonna throw out a little warning out there for St. John's wort. If you are taking any other form of psychiatric medications, you want to be very, very careful
Yeah.
when you're
Mhm.
considering taking St. John's wort, so that you can avoid potential interactions such as
Interactions.
serotonin syndrome. So
Right.
be
Yeah.
very, very careful with that one.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and that's why you wanna contact us for a consultation and coaching
That's
session.
right.
That's right. That's what we're here for. Exactly. So the bottom line too is all of these different options, I just remember they need to be discussed with a provider, and providers can guide our treatments and our treatment plans and care plans a little bit differently. Because I remember, calling up, I'm like, oh my God, I got all these weird symptoms and what's going on. And he's, let's check your hormones. I'm like, oh no, let's check my hormones. Sure enough, it's that time, and people are, women sometimes feel ashamed of it. I'm like, you know what? I am celebrating. I'm celebrating old age with cannabis and really using this plant to help me to stay well oiled. Right. And so when we're working with our providers, everything should be discussed and our treatments should be, modified according to what's important to us, because all of our endocannabinoid systems are different and they're constantly changing over time. So some of the other things with food, right? Increasing dietary soy, calcium, magnesium, fruits and vegetables can all help balance symptoms. Also lowering sodium intake, right? Can reduce water retention. And then we all know this, Carey Lee, motion is the lotion. Exercise has universal benefits. Walking just 30 minutes a day can help with energy, stamina, and stress. And that's one of your daily 5 to thrive, right?
Yes, it is. Move your ass every single day. Do something that you love to do.
Right. Absolutely. And so here we
Yes.
go. So, here's a big question. Do cannabinoids help with women's issues like menopause or even breast cancer? The answer is yes, but it's complicated and individualized. So, a recent survey reported by the Today Show that was done by the North American Menopause Society found that 27% of women in menopause reported using cannabis, whereas only 19% said that they were using traditional hormone replacement. 75% said cannabis was helpful to manage symptoms. Over 50% said that they got no guidance and they tried to
Wow.
figure out those novel cannabis products on their own. So
Wow.
let's just break it down a little bit. I mean, it's really, really interesting that how cannabinoids can work. And some of this is going to get a little bit detailed. We've got some really detailed notes here. But if you think about hot flashes or vasomotor symptoms, they're one of the most troublesome issues causing night sweats and insomnia, right? I'm going to tell you, I was up sweating last night. So what did I do? I went straight to the freezer and pulled out half a gallon of mango sorbet.
Yum.
Right? Yum, exactly. So I was like, I need to cool off. So what a better thing to do to eat some ice cream in the
Yeah.
middle of the night. But anyways, but yes, THC can actually help to lower our body temperature and can also be sedating enough to help initiate and maintain sleep. Okay. So maybe I need a little extra THC at bedtime,
That's
Carey
my
Lee. I don't know.
favorite way to fall asleep and stay asleep is a little extra rich THC products at night, for sure.
Exactly. Exactly. So I think that's really cool. So THC can lower body temperature and can be sedating to help us
Yeah.
initiate and maintain sleep. THC reduces REM sleep and increases deep sleep, which can lessen many symptoms of imbalance so the body repairs and restores. Right. And so Elizabeth writes in her newsletter that, indica strains, those with 20% or lower THC would be ideal before bed, because sometimes the higher potency THC, depending upon the terpene profile, can be a little bit too stimulating.
Yeah.
And then, and you can keep you up a little bit longer than you want to. And you could,
It's happened to me
contribute.
before, and I'm just like, beep, beep, beep. What are we going to do now? What are we going to do?
Yes, exactly. So for me, in particular, for sleeping, I like to stack. Carey Lee, how about you? What's
I
your
do
sleep
too.
regimen?
I'm a stacker.
Tell-
I go with a 20 milligram tablet, a comfort tablet from Med Farm, Iowa, 20 milligrams of THC in that. Take it 1 hour before bed. And then I stack that with a comfort vape cart, couple puffs on top of it. I just feel like it really kind of just makes that medication last longer, helps me fall asleep, stay asleep. Helps your penny stretch when you stack products as well.
Yes.
So
There you
it's
go.
cost effective as well. So
It's really, really cost effective. I agree. So I want to
Mhm.
say hi to some of the people that are out there. Eric,
Yeah.
hello, Melissa, and Anna. So Anna writes, I was thrown into menopause, had a full hysterectomy due to endometriosis. I'm also dealing with polycystic kidney disease and mental illness. So thank you for joining us, Anna. I don't know if you've joined the community yet, but I'm going to put the little up here.
Please
Come
join us,
join us in
Anna.
the
Come
community.
learn.
Yeah, come learn with us.
Yeah.
We're here. We're here to help. We're here to educate. And like I said, cannabinoids helped me to get off of 18 pharmaceuticals. I have a problem list this long, and I had a medication list this long, and the lists are still there, but I don't buy into the story. I now use one plant and lots of multiple supplements, adaptogens, and nutrition, to help keep me healthy. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to guide you all. But anyway, so the next part of the show about women's health is we're going to talk just a tiny bit about migraines and headaches. And we're doing, like I said, a webinar this afternoon at Holistic Caring, 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And I already put the post up yesterday. So there's a link right there that you can click. But headaches and migraines, right? They're thought to be caused by an endocannabinoid deficiency. A lot of women get headaches, especially around, their menstrual cycle, when hormones are circulating differently, the shifts in hormonal levels. And so they're thought to be caused by an endocannabinoid deficiency. And so what does that mean, right? An endocannabinoid deficiency means that we're not producing enough of our own internal endogenous cannabinoids. We have an endocannabinoid system, not because of the plant, but because we make components in our body just like the plant. And I'm going to give you a quick example. The plant makes THC. We make anandamide, and the molecular structure is very, very similar. And it goes in and it unlocks the door to the largest neurotransmitter signaling system in our body that provides messages to all of our organ systems and all of the other neurotransmitter signaling systems that keep our body in balance and functioning smoothly like a well-oiled machine. So back to migraines. So environmental triggers can cause imbalances. And if we don't have enough of our own internal endogenous cannabinoids, the endocannabinoid system isn't working optimally, and it can trigger these headaches. So supplementing with routine dosing of cannabinoids, such as CBD, can help reduce the frequency, the severity of these headaches. I've seen a lot of people that have migraine headaches. I used to have migraine headaches. I generally do not get them anymore, which is a miracle, because I used to be on the Furanol and the Furacet, like candy, Percocet, Furanol, Furacet. And then once I started using cannabis and really dialed into the cannabinoids and terpenes that work for me, my migraines went away. If I start to get a migraine or I feel one's coming on, it's because I'm not taking care of my endocannabinoid system.
Yes.
It's an instantaneous. I'm like, oh, the aura.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Right? You kind of panic. And, but it's always, cannabinoids and CBD and even THCA has been a really, really good thing for me. But the bottom line is when I feel a migraines coming on, it's really an opportunity for me to stop and not just go run for medications and even cannabis, but just to think about what could it have been that I've done that could have triggered that? What was it in my self-care regimen that may have, caused that to start to
Right.
manifest, right?
Right.
All right. So
Absolutely.
we've got a lot of other juicy stuff in here, and I think we're going to save the other half of it for tomorrow with Kathleen. So we've got a lot to talk about with women's health. So we talked about hot flashes, we've talked about sleep, we've talked about headaches and migraines, and then we'll just kind of end on moodiness, right? The moodiness that a
Oh,
lot of women
yeah.
experience, right? For
Oh, yeah.
sure. The mood
Mhm.
swings. I mean, you just think about when people, PMS, premenstrual,
Oh,
horrible. So just
yeah. I used to have horrible, horrible, horrible PMS before I had my hysterectomy. And I gotta say, I mean, CBD really is. A lot of people are still kind of like, oh, what,
on the
poo-pooing
fence.
CBD,
No,
CBD.
don't.
It's like, no, listen to me. I'm talking to all of you diehard cannabis users out there. Do not put aside CBD until you've tried it. Using it properly with THC, it packs a powerful punch. So much
It,
more powerful together than
yep,
individually. Huge for moods. I mean, you've seen me this week. I've been in a bit of a funk. Guess what? Jacked up the CBD intake,
it helps.
serotonin's
Yeah.
boosted up. I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. It
Yeah,
works.
it's really good. CBD is a great modulator. It literally, I look at it as the mother, even though that CBG is the mother of all of them.
Yeah.
CBD kind of is like the controller. It's like I look at it as the great pinball wizard. It kind of directs where the other cannabinoids and terpenes could go. It's like it goes in and assists. Our THC response is pretty much either dialed up or dialed down by the amount of CBD that we take in our body, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. So CBD for me was instrumental in allowing me to tolerate higher doses of THC.
Yeah.
I need a lot of THC to manage my symptoms. However, I can't be high all the time. Trust me, I enjoy feeling elevated. It feels good, but I don't want to be impaired, right?
Yeah.
There's a difference. And so CBD allows you to control that experience and how THC gets expressed in your body. So people will say to me, oh, I don't want to do CBD, Sherri. It's going to ruin my high. I go, no, it's not. You're going to be able to control your experience a lot better.
Yes.
And yeah, it's been really, really powerful. And also too, it's been a big game changer for a lot of patients that are already using cannabis. I mean, a lot of patients that come to us, I took care of a kid who in college years, he's like, oh, Sherri, Jesus, my cannabis bill is like over $400 a month. I go, listen, you're missing a couple things. And it was just those tips and tricks, those other
Yeah.
activities. And then him adding CBD plus doing some of those endocannabinoid system activities, like starting to exercise. Like he was
Yeah.
blown away that exercise could decrease the amount
Yeah. And then
of
like
cannabis
you
that he
realize
needed.
you really truly realize less is more in terms of phytocannabinoids. You don't
Right.
need as much. You don't have to sit there and be blowing bongs all day long. Like, microdosing, spacing things out. Like less is truly more. Finding
Yeah.
that least amount that really works therapeutically for you, and it's going to help
Yeah.
you on that those dollars, the dollars
Yes,
and cents. So
it is.
for
And
sure, for sure.
we're here about saving money, and we're
Oh
here to
yeah,
educate and empower you, because here's the thing is we're nurses. And not only are we nurses, but we're patients. We're patient nurses, and it can be expensive. So
yeah,
definitely 100%, we want you to join us in the community. Today we talked about, what did we talk about today, Carey? We talked about menopause. We talked about headaches. We talked about sleep. We talked about women's health. I do want to put up a quick little thing here because we are having a special share screen. Let me see if I can do this one in a good way. Here we go. Share screen. Let me see if I can make this big. All right. So for women's health, Holistic Caring is having 25% off all programs. And so what does that mean? Well, we have self-paced programs for health professionals, nurses, doctors, coaches, industry professionals, and even patients. So all of these self-paced programs are amazing. There is a video, there's a webinar, there's a PDF, and there's an ability for you to ask questions. You come into the community. So these self-paced programs you can purchase, and there's 25% off. Really, really excited. Thank you so much, Elizabeth Mack, for creating these for all of us. Really fun. And then today, like I said as well, we are having our webinar on migraines for women's health. Let me get rid of this. And tonight, I'm having my girl Neek on. Neek's in the house.
Neek,
we got the Cannabis nurse navigator coming in the house.
It's gonna be a big old party up in here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big old. Yeah,
Cannot
so
wait.
I know, she's great. So Neek Pichette, she's a 2-time breast cancer survivor, veteran in the Marines. She's the creator of Cannabis Nurse Navigator, also perception coach for positively processing perception. She has a brand of clothing line called Neek It, and she has an amazing story. I'm really grateful that she's going to come on and share it, in celebration of Women's Health Month and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So you guys, thank you all for joining us today. Really grateful to have you here. Join us tonight. Join us this afternoon at 3. Join us tonight at 8, and join us tomorrow morning. I have on Kathleen Graham tomorrow morning. And remember what it's all about, y'all. It's about living your best life and helping others do the same. We love you.